What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darium's Competitive Pokemon. Gonna play some PTCGO, starting out with my Gardevoir GX deck. Looks like I might be playing against Metagross, so this could be a little bit of a grinder. We're gonna see how this goes. I think Gardevoir is a super sweet deck. Obviously, very strong. It's been doing pretty well at League Cups lately, and I'm trying a couple new things with my Gardevoir list. First of all, you can see there, I'm trying out Max Potion. That's an attempt to kind of more or less counter snipe decks, playing Tapu Koko and things like that. Oh, it looks like I'm playing against Solgaleo. I just lost either Solgaleo or I think I'm playing against Solgaleo. Anyways, I just lost to this in the finals of a League Cup this past weekend. My friend Adhavan was playing a very similar list to the list that we showed off on the channel here about a week ago. So this deck is good. I mean, it is crazy. My opponent Adhavan just got like very fast setup, every single game. My opponent got like turn 2 Soul Burst GX every game, put 5 energy into play, and was just like teeing off from there. It is a little unfortunate that my Guardians are weak to, weak to this, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because this thing does 230 damage anyway, so it's knocking out anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a Gardevoir or what. We do not need the Remoraid. We already got a Remoraid, so almost messed that one up, but I was able to prevail. So let's see. We could go ahead and retreat this Remoraid here into Vulpix, and we will just pass from there. See what my opponent does. We're just going slow rolling this game. We are not going anywhere fast against no Solgaleo. You can see this hand that we got. Maybe next turn I Skyla for a rare candy and then Beacon for a couple cards. That's kind of where we're headed here. I'm not going to try and get out of the gates too quickly here. Also, just want to see what my opponent is setting up. Are they playing Solgaleo or are they playing Lunala? I don't really know. These Solgaleo decks are not exactly, super meta right now, so there's not a lot that I can tell, that what's in my opponent's deck just by looking at a Cosmog. Like a lot of other archetypes, I could tell you, look at a Ralts, I could probably tell you 80 to 90% of the cards in that deck. Look at a Cosmog, I don't really know what I'm looking at. So we're just going to sit behind Vulpix here, Beacon, set up a little bit, and, try to see what my opponent gets going. Now you can see that they are going for the Rayquaza, so I'm assuming, and the Metal Energy, so now we definitely know that they are going to be playing, probably a very similar list to what Adhavan showed off here on the channel the other week. So that's pretty exciting. This should be a interesting matchup, and I'm pretty excited to be able to showcase it for you guys, just since this is such a unique deck that I think does have some potential here. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and attach this energy to my Ralts, and I'll Skyla for a rare candy. And we are going to rare candy into Gardevoir here. And we will Secret Spring another energy onto my Gardevoir. And we're going to try and get out of the gates like pretty aggressively here. I'm going to Beacon just for an Octillery and another Ralts. And I think the reason I'm going to do that is just in case I draw into a rare candy. And that way, like, if I Octillery and I draw into another rare candy, then I can rare candy this Ralts into Gardevoir that way. If I had gone for Octillery and Kirlia, then I would have had this awkward situation where I evolve into Kirlia, and then I Octillery for, like, a couple cards, and if I hit the rare candy, then I'm just like, well, that was stupid, right? So, like, I'm going to try and go this way. I definitely want to get another Ralts into play. And this next turn, I'm looking to try and maybe Guzma something up. Interested to see if my opponent does get the turn 2 Soul Burst GX. That would be insane. I would be like really in a bad spot if my opponent did that. But it looks like they did not. Adhavan, when I play against Adhavan, he never misses the turn 2 Soul Burst GX. I swear. He gets rare candy, Solgaleo, turn 2 Soul Burst every game. I don't know how the deck draws so well for him. It seems like he is using some superhuman strength to be able to do that, but it does not draw that well for me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, let's see, do that. We're going to Guzma up one of these Cosmoems to knock it out, and we're going to Abyssal for 4. Hopefully we draw into another, let's see, we got a max potion. None of those are going to be useful. So maybe I'm wishing now that I had a Curlia, but it's all good. We'll figure this one out, and we're just going to Infinite Force for knockout. The goal here is just going to be able to try and limit my opponent to as few Solgaleo as possible. Knocking out the Cosmoem there, I think, is my best option. I could have gone in and knocked out the Rayquaza, but I'm not super keen on that just because the Rayquaza is not really the threat to me. I want to try and keep these guys out of play as best I can. Now, my opponent probably is going to go for the Soul Burst GX here. They're heavy balling. They're going to get a Solgaleo, and they're going to get to use that Soul Burst GX. They're going to load like 5 more energy into play, which means that I am going to get to smack my opponent, you know, pretty good one time before we go ahead and get rolling here with the one-hit knockouts. But unfortunately, my opponent is going to use that Soul Burst GX and probably load up 2 of these things. So long as my opponent can, you know, even if I hit into this one, they're going to take a one-hit knockout with this Solgaleo, and then, you know, they're going to take another one-hit knockout with another Solgaleo. So that's like 4 prizes that they're more or less going to shore up here with just that. I've thought about playing Clefairy in this deck, which would be super sweet, right? So if I were playing Clefairy in this deck, I could go in and Sunsteel Strike my opponent, which would be amazing because I could knock out a Solgaleo GX in one hit with Clefairy, and that would be pretty sweet. But, oh, sweet, we did get the rare Candy Guardy. That is awesome. So that is just perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And we could attach a Choice Band here just to try and pump up as much damage as we can. I don't really care that I'm Sycamoring these 2 max potion because that's fine. I didn't really want to Abyssal one more time just because I wanted to make sure that like I didn't draw into any crucial resources. I'm probably going to end up Super Rodding. Let's see. How are we going to do this? They probably play like at least 1 copy of max potion, but they won't use it until... I want to wait till he knocks out this, then play the Super Rod. So I'm going to wait to play the Super Rod so I can put this Gardevoir back into my deck. I also am going to want to end my opponent, but I definitely want to Ultra Ball and try and get... I could discard the Guzma or the second end. Probably want to discard the second end. Yeah, just so I have some options. That's fine, and I'm going to get the Curlia... Let's grab that Curlia, put that there, and then let's Secret Spring. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Am I anywhere close to a knockout right now? Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 20. Oh, boy, am I close. Yes. And I think I have not attached return yet. So I just need to, I guess, I do not want to play that Super Rod right now. It just seems irresponsible. But I think I will Super Rod just because I think if I draw into 1 more card, I get to, 1 more energy card, I get to knock this thing out in 1 hit. So let's see what we can get. Did we do it? I think we did. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, knockout. So that is amazing. Wow, look at that. Infinite Force for 270 damage. That thing is biting the dust. That is crazy. I mean, that just showcases how insanely powerful Gardevoir is. I didn't even have to use any double colorless energy to get that knockout. Now, unfortunately, I am going to pay for that. And yeah, this dude, you know, if he is able to get out another Solgaleo GX, you know, I am not going to be a happy camper. Looks like my opponent has the rare candy in hand. I wonder if they had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You know, they're not going to be knocking me out with this Tapu Lele, so I have to imagine that they are just going to Ultra Road this dude into the active here and then just take the knockout with Solgaleo. They do get a second bench Cosmog, which is really good for them. And it looks like, you know, my Gardevoir here, my poor Gardevoir is just going to bite the dust. So that, you know, it's nice knowing you, Gardevoir. You know, went down with some dignity. Hot 460 damage there. Doesn't feel very good. And not to mention this Solgaleo now has no damage on it. So that is a little bit of a bummer. I think that I'm going to promote the Ralts just so that I can then use Gallade. I think that that's probably the best move here. And I do have the second but I think I want to try and use, especially since I haven't played a double colorless energy yet, I think I want to try and sensitive blade this thing, slow my opponent down, force them to have another, force them to do a 7 prize game. I think that that's probably for the best. And then we're just going to end here, and we're going to end my opponent down to 4 cards. They don't have anything like Octillery. I know that I'm ending myself to 3, but I guess the idea was that I was going to Premonition and then hope that I could Abyssal Hand into a DCE. And I figured that maybe I'd be able to do that since I haven't played one yet, but of course not. So that's fine. Whatever. I guess I'll just put these here just like that. And looks like we're going to pass town as well. So let's see. What order are these in? I don't want that there. I want those like that. Okay. And then the field blower and then the Curlia. Done. Oh, what a bad draw. I can't believe I have not seen a DCE yet. That is insane. So, oh well. Oh well, oh well. I don't know where I want to put this fairy energy yet. I'll probably just secret spring it onto my Gardevoir, prepare it here for a big attack, and then we're just going to finish. That was unfortunate. I really needed to do like 130 damage to this Solgaleo right now. Like, I definitely needed to do that. Because now my opponent is going to be able to load up this clean Solgaleo. And my opponent is playing the Magiarna EX in here, which is what my opponent Adhavan played when we played at the last League Cup. And my opponent does have a Rangaroo as well. So now they are going to be able to draw a little bit better out of these ends. The Magiarna is really good because it stops Espeon EX from being able to devolve all their Solgaleos so long as they have metal energies on them, which is how my opponent Adhavan was able to beat me at this latest League Cup, because he got the Magiarna out, couldn't devolve his Solgaleo. Solgaleo, really tough to take down with all that 250 hit points. So, things got pretty ugly there relatively quickly. You see my opponent's responding well. They got the Rescue Stretcher. They're throwing their Solgaleos back into the deck, and they're going to be able to Turbo Storm here, throw some energies onto that benched duder over there. Now, let's take a look at what the top of my deck is looking like. I think, I don't know, I could, oh my goodness, I can't even knock this thing out with Gallade. He's got a resistance to fighting. That's so bad. This is really bad. Let's go ahead. I think maybe nope, Guzma would be bad. Pretty much everything feels bad. Nothing here feels good. So let's just do that. I don't think I want to necessarily Premonition and do that yet. I'm just going to do that after the end here. We're just going to, play a little bit of a slower game. That's fine. I don't want to attach a DCE to this Gallade and just hit into this Rayquaza for not a knockout. That seems horrible. I think I gotta just hope that my opponent does not have the knockout this turn. I guess I can Field Blower my opponent, just get that Choice Band out of here. I think I'll put my own Choice Band down and Secret Spring my own energy onto my own Guardy. And then, I could Premonition, but there's no point because I'm just gonna draw all these 5 cards and see what they are. And there's a DCE. I was wondering what DCE looked like, but there it is. I don't think that there's any point in putting that down yet. I think I just gotta hope that my opponent doesn't have Guzma. But my opponent has not played a Guzma yet, so odds are that they probably do, but that does not feel very good. And if they do have Guzma, if they have Guzma, this game's over. So I think I'll just attach to my Guardy and just hope that they don't. Oh my god, I guess. That just feels bad though. Yep, I'm not going to attack. Yep. Because I don't want to put that DCE down. I'm just hoping that my opponent doesn't have Guzma. If they have Guzma, I can't believe I whiffed. Okay, they don't have Guzma. Thank goodness. I can't believe I whiffed that DCE that one turn. I mean, my board position would be so much better if I had hit it. Fortunately, we do have a Guzma turn now. So my opponent, they're going to Turbo Storm again. I don't think I could get the knockout on the Solgaleo here. I can get a knockout, however, on this Magiarna. So that might have just opened things up for me to be able to win this game. Like, it definitely did. Because, even though that this Guardy is going to go down, I could just return. I can win the game with the Gallade on a Rangaroo if I'm able to knock out that Magearna right there. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'm already knocking out the Magearna, so that's super good. I think I just want, how many Guzma have I played? 1. So I have 1 left in deck that I could try to win the game with. I could go, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I mean, I can knock out the Solgaleo right now if I attach the DCE to my Gardevoir. That seems like a little overkill, but I think we just go for it because, you know, I mean, the Magearna will be able to return knockout my, my Gardevoir, but I think I'd rather my opponent go in with the Magearna just because that's much easier to take down for a game than it would be to take down, you know, a Solgaleo or something. So let's see. We do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I'm doing my math wrong. Yeah, I'm only hitting 24. Okay, good thing I count. Oh my goodness. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. That's only 24. Okay, yep, we got to go here. So that was a little bit of a misplay there, attaching that DCE, but that's fine. Glad I counted. I did accidentally miscount there. So let's go ahead and Premonition. This is why I always double check. Let's Premonition here, see what we got coming up. Man, if I had just had that DCE coming at me, then I would be able to win the game here, but it's fine. I overcommitted the DCE, even though I didn't need to. It would have definitely been better off at one of these Gallades or the Gardevoir or something like that. But that's fine. We should still be able to pull out this game, even though we did have that little misstep there. And then let's just Infinite Force this Magearna. You know, obviously, my opponent is going to come up and try to take out this Guardy with his Solgaleo. More than likely, my opponent would probably like to be able to end as well to make my odds of being able to win this game lower because, you know, okay, so here they go. They're going to Wonder Tag, try and grab that end. And you can see now, you know, obviously the game would have been much closer to being in my hands if I had not, you know, gotten a little greedy there and tried to go for that Solgaleo. Had a little miscount, but that's okay. 250 hit points, just so huge, man. It's so big. That's crazy. But we did get an ultra, and my opponent scooped. Okay, so we take those. I think I probably would have been able to pull that game out anyway. You know, interested to see why my opponent scooped. Oh, they probably ended with the energy. That's probably why they decided to scoop it up, because they end, if they whiff the energy there to attach to their Solgaleo to knock out my Gardevoir, then that's just game. So thank you all for watching the video. Let me know what you think of Gardevoir GX and Solgaleo GX in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.